Hey kids, it's the Mr. and Fly here, hope you're well. Now, one of the things that's annoyed me about the little CRF ever since I bought it about 18 months or so ago, and you may have heard me whinge about this before on previous videos if you're a regular viewer, is the stock tyres. They're absolutely rubbish when you go off-road. They're great on-road, and they look good, but as soon as you go off-road, in particular the front tyre, feels like it wants to wash out. So it was one of those must-do changes on the bike as soon as I could, but I didn't want to change the tyres while they still had loads of life left in them. I want to give them a bit of wear to start with. So let me bring the camera down and show you how much wear I've got on this rear tyre now. So superficially at least, the tyre looks like there's absolutely plenty of tread on it. These knobblies look absolutely huge. But the thing is, if you just look a bit closer, if you look at these centre knobbly, I'll do you a close-up shot, you can see that these have actually worn down quite a lot and you know, are getting towards the actual sort of base rubber of the tyre. So they definitely are at the point where we want to change that out. So it gives me a great excuse to at last go and get a different, more off-roady type tyre installed on the machine. So that's what I'm going to do. So having decided that we're going to get a bit more of an off-road focused tyre fitted on the CRF, which one do you go for? Well, there are an absolute plethora of off-road tyres available for the bike, as you can imagine. So I've done quite a bit of research on the various CRF forums over the last few months, and one that keeps being mentioned, and the one that I settled for is this. This is the Michelin T63. I've already got one fitted on the front, although I haven't had a chance to try it out properly yet off-road, so I want to get both fitted before I do that. Now if you look at this and compare it to the stock tyre and you consider, you know, what is the difference? They both look very similar. Well, superficially they do, they're both knobbly tyres. But this one, if you look, the gaps between the knobbles are very much further than on the stock tyre. The idea being that if you get mud and crud caught in the tyre, it's much more likely to be flung out on this tyre than it is on this. With this tyre, the stock tyre, it tends to get gunked up with mud and stuff, and it effectively turns into a bit of a slick tyre, so that's no good for grip. So that's the idea and why I think this is going to be a better tyre. I've never fitted a motorcycle tyre before. I've fitted bicycle tyres many times. I've seen car tyres done, but I don't think I know how to go about doing a large motorcycle tyre like this. I don't know if there are special tools required or whatever. So I'm going to enlist the help of my favourite local motorcycle guru, that's Nigel up at Motor Tune in Chesham, and he's going to fit this for me. He's agreed that I'm going to take the camera along and show you how that's done, so hopefully it'll be of interest to see how a tyre like this is actually fitted on a motorcycle. So stick around, stay tuned, I'll show you that. So I've got this massive knobbly wrap round me, so if you can see it, a bit like a giant rubber ring around my waist, and I'm just off to see Nigel at Motor Tune in Chesham to get the thing fitted. So it's going to be interesting to see how you go about doing these things if you haven't got a specialist tyre kit, although Nigel might have it, I don't know, but we'll see. So first thing of course is get the bike jacked up and so you can actually take the wheel off, and I was incorrect in that Nigel does have a special kit that he uses to take the tyre off, and here it is, this bad boy here. Out of interest, how would you do it by hand? Just massive tyre levers?
Not particularly massive, no. Massive levers, normally need some massive reps in your tube. If you use the right technique, small levers, you do less damage.
All technique?
Technique, down to technique.
I'd call that a fairly hefty tyre lever, to be fair, Nigel.
Yeah. It's my sort of standard go-to lever.
Yeah. Bloody great one.
But you can see I'm not having to put much effort into it at all.
I guess once that bead's broken.
Yeah.
So how would you break the bead if you didn't have the gadget?
No, you could get a lever in there.
Right.
And just push it down. It's tubeless tyres that really that's designed for.
Because of the pressure that's holding it on,
The pressure and construction of the tyre.
Yeah.
Much more difficult to break.
It's one thing getting it off, it's the getting the bloody tube back in, I guess that's the tricky bit, is it?
No, because I've got
technique to that as well?
Technique to that as well.
That's really good. It's the sort of job that would take me an afternoon to do, fighting with that.
So this is a bit that amazes a lot of people.
Right.
Because I'm actually going to fit the tube inside the tyre. It's quite standard practice amongst professionals, but a lot of people wouldn't think to do that.
And try and put it on after you've actually positioned the tyre?
It's much easier to fit the tyre.
Then you're going to nip the... Yeah.
If you fit the tube in the tyre now, it's Saves all that fiddling poking about trying to get the valve in the hole.
Fair enough. I know that feeling. So do you have the problem like you have with a bike tyre, where you can nip it very easily on the rim, or is it not so much a problem with these heavy duty tyres?
No, it can be done. It can be done quite easily.
And that's lube rather than any sort of adhesive to reseal the bead?
Something like a lubricant paste, yeah.
So is that basically putting the opposite edge on?
Yeah.
Clever stuff. That makes the arm bit look very easy, doesn't it? Or is that all technique as well?
No, I'm going to put that all down to the machine, I think, really.
Are you making that look a bit hard now?
Yeah. Just squaring the valve up.
So I sort of assumed when you took the axle off these there'd be a plethora of spacers, but not too bad on this one by the looks of it.
One each side, and the seals are quite grippy, so that holds them in place.
That's not too bad at all, is it? And there's no hassle getting the wheel on square. I mean, the brake doesn't bite. It sorts itself out, does it?
Yeah, as long as you've got to get the brake caliper in the locating lug.
Right.
And then that's really your only concern. Then you could probably get it wrong. There you go.
Top job. Thank you very much. That's all there is to it.
Simple as that.
So there we go. So Nigel did have the special tools after all. I don't blame him. Certainly looked like it made the job easier, but very quick. I mean, 20 minutes in and out. Fantastic. Top job. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have a chance to try the tyre out properly off-road for a few days, and the weather forecast is set to be a bit rubbish in the next couple of days. So it's going to be a few days before I get a video up of what this new tyre feels like off-road. But just based on riding down the road on it here, it feels absolutely fine. It's sort of a 60/40 tyre, so it's supposed to be good on the road as well as off-road. And I have to say, it doesn't feel any different to the stock tyre on the road here so far. I can't feel any extra bumps through the bigger knobbles, and I can't hear any strange noises. So in that respect, all is well. Okay, so I hope that's been of some interest to you, and I look forward to speaking to you next time. Until then, this has been the Missenden Fly. Cheerio.